what were some of the key marketing mistakes that you were able to correct, and how do you sort of approach marketing today?
Sure. So I'm going to actually start with the two things I did really well. So I came up to Orlando to go to the University of Central Florida. I stayed in Orlando for law school. I was a prosecutor in Orlando, and I opened my firm in Orlando. So I had like a 10-year run. I also did mock trial at UCF and at my law school at Barry. And so like that was a bunch of other people that became lawyers. We were attorneys were our coaches. Judges came in and worked with us. So like had a good network. I wish I had thought of it that way the entire process instead of being a raging asshole for somewhere between like 5 and all 10 of those years, depending upon who you ask. So that was helpful. And then the other thing is when I first started my firm, I was like, hey, I'm going to go to all the fraternities and sororities at UCF, and I'm going to do a presentation on like how not to get arrested, because like they're not going to listen to me, and then like they'll know me. And so I wish I've got them in the next room. I have these, it's red, like the Ray-Ban style sunglasses with bottle cap openers on the back with the firm information on them. And so I passed those out, and I was like, hey, fake IDs, these are the things to consider. Marijuana, this is the stuff to consider. Alcohol underage, these are the things to consider. And I did like a whole presentation. And it actually worked out really well. There was somebody who called me like 3 years later and was like, hey man, I just did not get arrested right now because of you, so thank you so much. And I was like, well, that was cool. Because obviously a lot of people called us from that. I wish I had been smart about it though. Like, Nick, you laugh. I was just like, these are people that might have this issue. I never didn't do a retargeting campaign for them. Pandora was huge at that point. Didn't start running Pandora ads to support what I did. Like, I didn't have the focus of this whole like marketing concept. I was just like, oh, I can go talk to these people for free and this will be great. And it was. I wish I'd taken that same thought process like 2 steps farther and then put together a newsletter for them and let them know like this is what's going on at UCF, and like the police announce roadblocks like, hey, we're doing DUI stops, like this is where they're located. I could have emailed that out to all the fraternities every 90 days with like, these are the upcoming stops in the area, like pay attention to it. Here's a way to remember me. Like, never did that stuff. So now like when I do marketing, I really think about like an entire campaign. So my law firm, now we do PI, not criminal defense, and we're really focused on like teachers, realtors, PTA parents, like those blue collar professionals who truly care about the service they get. All of our stuff goes there. So all of our events are family friendly. Bring your kids, bring your spouses, like let's have fun stuff. So we did a Cinco de Mayo party because it's my birthday on Cinco de Mayo. So we do that every year. And we had like inflatable axe throwing. So from like 5 to 7, the kids thought it was the most fun thing. And then from like 7 to 9, the parents were like, I had enough tequila. Like, I want to throw and they weren't real axes. It was like a Velcro and stuff from that. But everyone's like, nobody does family friendly events. We're like, right, because like a bunch of lawyers can get together and drink, but we can't bring our kids. And so now like your spouse gets to know us, your kids get to know us. And God forbid, your like 6 to 10-year-old has trouble with the law. But like by making it more of a family thing, it's a lot easier to have a genuine connection because it's not like 2 lawyers getting hammered at a bar next to each other. It's 2 families interacting. And that appeals to our ideal client. And it makes sense from what we like. And my kid gets to meet new friends and we get to find new couple friends. Like, it's so much more fun than what everybody else is doing because it fits me and it fits the brand and it fits our market. Like, find where all those things intersect and just commit everything you can to that instead of scattershotting, buying leads over here and running a couple ads over here and doing some stuff over here. And just like commit to something that makes sense.